there's dirt on my hands.
Hello YouTube Boss Rino, welcome to my channel. So ito, Darkest Secret na naman tayo. Araw-araw natin ito, Darkest Secret kasi paborito ko to para ako nanonood lang ng wala. Libang na libang ako. The Demon of the Church, 5 disturbing recordings. So church na naman to. Ba't sa church ang daming kababalaghan, no? Yun nga, sabi nyo nga sa akin, ngayon ko lang nalaman, nung simula nag-horror ako, na mas nakakatakot talaga sa church, di ba? Kasi may naiiwan daw doon kaysa sa sementeryo, di ba? Kayo, may sabi niya, mga subscriber natin, yung mga kabagang natin dito. So, tirayan na natin ito sa Darkest Secret, The Demon of the Church. 5 disturbing recording. Gabi ngayon, kaya medyo kinakabahan ako. So, try natin ito bago pa try na iba.
My name is Leonor Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present The Demon of the Church, 5 disturbing recordings. Number 5. Without a doubt, the eyes of the world have been on the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. In a few weeks, the war has left a large number of refugees and, unfortunately, also many fatalities. Recently, many footage of the conflict have gone viral, although one of them stands out in particular, where it can be seen how a missile shoots down a Russian helicopter, leaving a trail of flames after its fall. Yet what few realized was that something very strange happened afterwards. Something that one of our followers noticed and
Helicopter, no? Parang Kobe, no?
wanted to share with us.
Ay, grabe to. May bilog. Oh shit, ano yun? Parang may lumalakad sa apoy? Parang may lumalakad
Did
sa
you
apoy.
notice? Do you notice how a figure seems to rise from the flames? Could it be the effect of the fire? You know, because of the wind? Have you ever seen such a shape in the flames? I ask because our subscriber says that figure that emerges from the helicopter and moves in the middle of the fire corresponds to the spirit of one of the passengers. A spirit that rises as soon as the person dies.
Nainitan yung spirit.
Do you believe in that possibility? Undoubtedly an impressive audiovisual recording that, apart from leaving a horrific testimony of what a war means, also leaves us with evidence of paranormal activity that can also be visible in this context. Number 4.
Magtataka kasi yung galaw nung yung object na yun, yung galaw niya, parang galaw ng naglalakad no? Hindi siya yung, kasi kung gawa nung fire yun or usok yun, iba ang kilos Yung nakita natin object, parang naglalakad siya ng parang siya talagang naglalakad yung motion niya Oh, motion. Number 4.
The following corresponds to a curious clip sent by a subscriber who, for personal reasons, declined to reveal his name. However, in his email, he tells us that one weekend, while he was trekking with a group of friends, they found what they defined was a cave. They had entered the cave to explore inside and found an object, a handmade object that they assumed belonged to a pre-Columbian indigenous community. So, seeing the importance of it, one of them took it home to keep it as a souvenir or decorative object. Although after a few weeks, both he and his friends would be surprised when the one who kept the object shared on the WhatsApp group a video demonstrating the impressive things he could do with it. What kind of things? Pay attention.
Ito na. Ano yan? Parang mga sinaunang bagay, no? Oh, shit. Uy, bumibilis yung oras. Oh, hindi pala bumibilis yung oras. Napapatigil niya. Oh, tang ina ano yan. Ay, oh! Alam niyo yung mga alien, di ba? Yung katulad ng pyramid, may mga ukit-ukit na ganyan, di ba? Eh, maraming sasabi, ako, naniniwala ko alien ang gumawa nun eh. Tapos yung mga iba pang bato-bato na may mga ukit-ukit na mga ancient na something, parang ganito to eh. Tapos may kapangyarihan, di ba? Ang ina, alien talaga, men. Oh, meron siya totoo to, wala tong halong ano, walang halong edit to. Oh shit!
In his email,
Oh, di ba? Parang ganyan yung mga ano-ano ng alien, may mga ukit-ukit.
our subscriber states that he discovered its effects by accident when he tried to place the object as a decoration on his old television
Tumitigil, no?
on top of his old television, which he claims turned on despite it being off. Once turned on, it started with that particular interference. That's when he knew that this object was more than just an ordinary ancient object. Before recording this video, he tested it on countless occasions and on different devices to see the reaction of the
Ito,
object
dito ko
to
namangha sa
ensure that
tubig,
it was
tumukulo,
not
no?
a coincidence. Still, the results were always the same. At first, everyone thought that it could have had a magnet inside. But I ask you this, if it were a magnet, how do you explain the reaction of the water?
Kaya nga.
Since we all know that magnets do not generate that reaction when
Oh,
put in liquid.
shit. Walang edit to, mga tol.
Could it be a device of extraterrestrial origin?
Yes.
If that
Pang-alien
sounds
yan,
like a lot
maniwala
of
kayo sa
science
akin.
fiction to you, what explanation does your logical denial give it? Number 3.
Meron ako na ano sa podcast, yung kinukwento ko sa inyo dati na kay Joe Rogan. Meron pagpasok daw niya sa Area 51, meron pinakita sa kanyang object na isang object na sarado-sarado. Tapos umaandar daw yung object na yun na hindi nila alam kung paano umaandar. 'Di ba? Bigla na lang daw umaandar, hindi daw nila alam kung paano gumagana. Kasi kaya siya kinuha daw kasi scientist siya eh, para pag-aralan kung paano gumagana yun. Kasi sobrang lakas daw ng power ng object na yun. So, kaya sila kinuha daw para pag-aralan. So, pero hindi daw nila mapag-aralan. Sobrang advanced. Grabe mga video ng ni Darkest Secret. Ang lulupit talaga. Ibang klase talaga.
There is no question that museums are highly frequented by tourists. And if we talk about history museums, those are visited much more. Each piece on display is so valuable that the care must be maximum so that they do not deteriorate by external agents. This is why they are always covered with maximum security glass. And that is exactly what draws the attention of the footage you're about to see. Footage sent by Anthony Rendon, who sent us a strange moment captured by his daughter, who together with her husband recently visited the Athens Museum in Greece. It was during their vacation in the city, and while they were touring one of the rooms, their camera will record the following.
Shit, ito na.
Estas vasijas son originales y están colocadas en una estructura de acero inoxidable. Que
Ba't gumagalaw yun nasa
evidentemente
taas
no
nun?
son y sin embargo se están moviendo.
Yan tumataas
Vemos que están siendo movidas por energías
Alien pa rin to.
ajenas a
Oh,
nosotros,
shit.
ajenas
Muy probablemente de dioses griegos.
a lo natural.
Ay, nako, alien. Diyos ko.
Although we do not see their faces, the reaction of surprise in them is evident. As they narrate, the antiquity and the fragility of these pieces means that all possible safeguards are taken. with specially conditioned airtight display cabinets where parameters such as temperature and humidity are carefully controlled. How is it then that those pieces managed to move? A question that unfortunately they did not find an answer to during their visit.
Nasa loob ng ano yan, na box na na salamin. Gumagalaw.
Number 2.
Sarap panood ng mga alien. Paano? Number 2 na tayo. Enjoy ako dito.
Have you ever had paranormal experiences after the death of a loved one? They say that loved ones, both human and animal, remain in this world for 2 weeks before leaving. And what you will see next could be the best evidence showing that this theory is real. Irov is a loyal subscriber who emailed us his strange and at the same time sad story. You see, one night he had a get-together at his home with friends and cousins. Between laughter and a few drinks, they began to dance happily. One of the guests did not want to miss the opportunity to record this moment. However, the next day, when they saw the recording, everyone was shocked to see that someone else was in that house. Someone who should not have been there, because she had already passed away.
Patay tayo
Observe.
dito. Nakakilabot to, sagrado. Magaling sumayaw Ano mga sayaw Putang ina, patay tayo dyan. Nagulat ako.
Irov assures that there were only 4 people there that night. No one else, and much less minors. Although he says that the most terrible thing of all, that figure is similar to that of a distant cousin of the boy who was seen dancing in the image. The boy's cousin unfortunately died in the hospital almost 3 weeks ago from cancer. According to what they believe, she's even wearing the same hospital gown. He tells me that his cousin used to attend these types of events where there were karaoke and games. But since her condition worsened almost a year ago due to depression, she had stopped attending. Also, that meeting was planned by his friends to try to lift his spirits because, as you might assume, he was grieving the loss of his cousin. Could this mean that the dead manifest themselves? Let me know what you think. Number 1.
Sa nakakatakot yung ganun, makikita mo sa camera na lang, no? Hindi mo napansin ng live. Pero nung tingnan mo yung video, nakakita mo yung may gumano. Tatapo ko yung cellphone. Tatapo ko na yun. Ching! Bilang bago.
We end this video with a disturbing image that a photographer captured
Ito na, number 1 na. Handa nyo na sarili nyo.
was being held. It was practically at the end of the Eucharist that the man positioned himself under the altar to take the last shots before finishing. From there, he was
Ito yata yung demon demon of the church.
pointing towards the access door. And this is what the lens of the camera captured.
Eto na, puta, ano yan. Yan yung mga ganyang mga kuha. Kuha yan nung parang hindi pa digital ang camera Parang gano'n. Yung dine-develop, yung mga gaya istura. Kaya mas kapani-paniwala to Wala pang edit nung araw
Without anyone else noticing, the figure of a thin being appears.
Shit!
Almost skeletal, with disproportionate limbs, and extremely hunched over. Undoubtedly a figure worthy of a horror movie. It's hard to believe that nobody noticed his presence. Not even the priest who was in front of the door throughout the Mass. A shocking image that, when brought to light, generated panic because of its unpleasant appearance and also because of the unknown reason that entity had when it presented itself there.
Parang haba ng kamay, parang may buntot.
Could it be a normal person or a paranormal manifestation? If it's paranormal, why did it appear there? What was it looking for? If you have any theory about it, leave it in the comment box, because this video has come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.
Kung sino man kumukuha ng mga ganyang picture, tinatago talaga nila. Sa akin yan, susunugin ko na yan. Ayoko na ng ganyan, mga ganyan-ganyan. Ano. Nakuha niyo, nakakatakot, no? Pipicture ka ng gano'n, may makukuha ng ka na gano'n. Tapos i-imbak mo pa, napunta tuloy sa YouTube, napanood ko pa. Sana kung pinunit mo yan, hindi ko na napanood yan. Hindi pa ako natakot, di ba? Gulo nito mga to. So yun, maraming salamat sa panonood at hanggang sa muli.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my